Hi, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hi. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, good. I'm so glad. The party was so much fun. Oh my gosh. It was great. I loved getting to see you guys and see your faces and get to know you more. It was just wonderful. I absolutely loved it. I loved it. Okay, so I'm getting myself all set up here. And what we're gonna do, hi, everyone. Oh my God, this is so great. Good morning. Oh, I love it. Um, yeah, it was so great. I know, Amber, I think your name got called. We gave away so many prizes. And oh, it's so nice to see you too. I see all your chats. How do I send you my chart? Okay, so what we're going to do is if you guys want to super chat me, I'll pull your chart up. We're going to go until about 11 o'clock, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Pluto. And there's some secret things that I want you to know about Pluto. And then we're going to kind of wrap up our Pluto. And then my next series is going to be it's going to be my Broken Hearts series through the signs. But oh, I loved it. I loved meeting everyone. I love all these crowns. Look at all these crowns, you super supporters. I just adore you. Okay, so you guys, I want to tell you something about Pluto today, and I'm going to try to share my screen with you. But hold on 1 second. Hold on, I got to do something. I'm going to do, hold on. I'm going to pull up a chart here because I want to talk to you guys just a little bit more about Pluto. And I want to tell you right here, hold on. Okay, here's today's chart. So I'm going to share my screen. Please tell me you can see my screen. Tell me the super chats are working. Yes, and they're working. Yay. Okay, Anne, I have your information, so you don't even need to send it. But hold on. I got to take pictures of these because I don't have Susie yet, I don't think. Hold on 1 second. Don't go this fast. Oh my God. You guys are so stinking cute. Okay. Oh God. You guys are so cute. Okay. So one thing that I want to do, hold on. I don't want to share screen, all that, but I do want to share screen this. Okay. I know that was the back end of my rocket ship. Isn't that terrible? Okay, hold on. Okay. Now, you guys, here's the thing. Please don't get mad at me if I can't get to yours. Like, don't hate me. I'm going to try my best. I got tons right now. But this is what I want to tell you guys. This is a secret tip or trick or shortcut about how to figure out your Pluto and what your Pluto is trying to tell you. Okay, so here's my little secret tip. And I think I'm the moderator. I think I'm the moderator, the reader, the talker. So forgive me. But this is what I want to show you. This is today's chart happening right now, but I put it in Fairfax, Virginia. And I'm going to try to get to the super chats, but you guys, oh my God. Okay. Don't hate me if I can't get to yours, please. I can't have you guys being all mad at me if I didn't get to yours because I'm going to try my best and I'm human and I have to leave at 11. But I just want to tell you one quick thing. So what I want you to do in order to understand your Pluto, whatever, I want you to go look at Scorpio in your chart. And where is Scorpio? Because whatever house Scorpio is in, Pluto is ruling that place in your chart. So you can do it backwards, meaning you can go look at Scorpio and go look at the planets that are in Scorpio. And then I want you to go and find Pluto. And those two houses are talking to each other. And those two houses is where you're going to find that there is deep personal trauma, drama, deep emotions, and where there's sort of unnecessary fear, and where you have your vulnerabilities, and where you have all your challenges. I shouldn't say all, but I should say like your deepest challenges and where it's hidden. So in today's chart, if we were just to look at it right now at 12:39 in Virginia, I don't have this set to Seattle time. Look at this, Scorpio is rising. So Pluto is the boss of this moment in time. And here it is in the third house. Well, are we shocked? Because here we are learning, communicating, talking together. And it's at that 26 degrees Pluto. Do you see that? So we know that the day is ruled by Pluto in Capricorn in the third, wanting to get to the truth and wanting to communicate in a deeper way. So deeper, at least right now for the next 2 hours, then the rising sign is going to shift. But I wanted to give you guys that little trick or tip where go find Scorpio in your chart. And that is where Pluto is bossing you around. Okay. Thank you guys for the super chats. I'm so grateful. And if I don't get to you, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean I don't adore you. It doesn't mean I didn't want to. Okay. Okay, let's start. I'm going to do some readings, but you guys don't tune out. If you're still here, I want you to see how I read Pluto. And you might have some of these same placements. And I hope you guys all have your own charts. So Anne got in here the first. She's on it. And here's her Pluto. Okay, do you guys all see her chart? Right here, her Pluto is connected to her south node. So you guys, one more thing I have to tell you, mark your calendars. I'm going to do my next masterclass on the nodes, the nodal axis, and I'm going to do it, I think, on October 16th. So mark your calendars. And if you're a member of my channel, you get it at a discount, but it's really, really, really good. It's going to be fantastic. Frida says, oh my God, Meredith, you just blew my mind with this tip. What an eye opener for me. Yeah, I know, because I just had to give that to you guys because it's a little bit of the puzzle. And if you can see it going forward, right? And then you can see it going backwards too. Like, where's Scorpio in my chart? Well, and then I want to ask you, is Pluto in a harmonious aspect to your Scorpio in your chart, or is it not? And that matters too. I'm reading my comments over here. Scorpio moon in the 7th and Scorpio Jupiter in the 7th. Janae. Okay, so go look at Pluto, and you probably have Pluto in Virgo, I'm thinking. Maybe Libra, but maybe Virgo. And Virgo goes well with a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio Jupiter. But it's deep. You're going to transform around your beliefs, and you're going to transform around your heart. Is there still access to the other master classes? Yes. If you guys want to take my other master classes, first of all, my advanced astrology masterclass is really good. If you're ready to learn like that next little layer because you can already read the circle. If you can already kind of read the circle, take my advanced masterclass. All you do is go to soulnavigation.com, click on Learn Astrology, and you'll see my classes there. Oh, good. And Connie Joe is here. I just saw her. Yay. Hi, Connie. I have to tell you guys one thing, that if you really want a reading and you really want to understand your Pluto, you want to understand your chart, Connie Joe is having her flash sale today. It's live. It's there. All you have to do, if you don't know how to get there, is just go to soulnavigation.com, click on book a reading, find Connie Joe's name, and it will take you to her online scheduler and all her prices. And I think you save something like $35. So it's awesome. And she can tell you all about it. Maybe Connie Joe can put the link in the chat. That would be awesome. I'm reading all of yours. Okay, so this is Anne's chart. So Anne has, you guys look at this, Anne has her Pluto on her south node, which is pretty intense, because what that's telling me is that she comes in with a lot of Pluto power. She comes in with this regal Pluto power. Why? Because it's in Leo. And so she came in, she's a Cancer rising. You guys can see that right here with Uranus there. And Pluto in her past life was enormous, and she relied on it. And she probably came into this lifetime with some real self-esteem, with some real sense of power, with also maybe wanting to be wanted. Leos are wanted usually by their parents, and this is in the sign of Leo. So we want to go look at Scorpio and the house of Scorpio to see where this Pluto is going to challenge her. And it's over here in her 5th house. So she is here to harness creative power, right? Put her energy into creativity. And this is how I want you guys to connect your stories. You know the houses by now, right? You guys know your houses? Please tell me you do. And so she is going to be challenged around putting her Pluto power, her creativity, because Leo is creative. And then we have Mars and Scorpio in the 5th house, right? So we know that Scorpio rules Pluto, and that's the house of creativity. So we know that she's here to be a bit of a rebellion, Uranus on the rising sign of Cancer. So loving her family, coming from a strong family, strong mother influences. And I think she has strong father influences too, but she's kind of supposed to break free a little bit from her family, a little bit in her own unique way, and put her Pluto power into massive creativity. And she's going to struggle doing that. It's going to be hard for her to step out and be different, right? Why? Because Scorpio and Leo, they don't get along. So it's going to be tough. I'm only going to do quick ones because I've got so many people here wanting me to look at your Pluto. Look at this. Oh my God. Yeah. Look at this. It's a lot of super chats. How am I going to do all this? Okay. Aliens in the house. Hi, Dawn. Oh, Connie Joe, maybe you can help me answer some of these questions. I know. She's like, what? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Who do I got? Okay. Karen. Let me see if I've got Karen's chart. I might. And you guys, if not, if I call your name, here's Karen Yearwood. Okay. Karen, you have to give me your birth info and the place. So Karen, I can't believe I don't have you in here, but I need to know, where is Karen born? Because I can't do it properly without where you're born. 10:09 a.m. Where's Karen Yearwood born? Did she say? You don't need to send your chart to me. I'm going to pull it up. But I don't know where Karen is born, so I'm going to have to put her in Virginia. Yeah, it's best if you guys give me all the information. Otherwise, I can't do it properly. I'll just put her right here in Georgia. Okay, so here's Karen. Oh, Baltimore. Okay, I'm not that far. Okay. Hold on. Can you guys see this? I put you in Georgia. It's close enough. You guys are so cute. Okay, I have to stop reading your super chats for a minute and your chats. So I'm not looking at the chats right this second. So let me just tell you, this is Karen, and let's go look at her Pluto and her Scorpio. Well, there it is. Pluto is in Scorpio. She's born in 1987. So she gets it kind of exalted. It's in its own sign, and it's in the house of relationships. And you guys, the first thing I like to do is I like to see the house, and because that's the subject matter. So we already know she's going to struggle. She's going to have a hard time with trust issues. She's going to have a hard time with marriage. She's going to have, marriage just means like that tight union. She's going to have a little bit of a hard time with other people and relationships. And she's born a badass Aries rising with Mars rising. So she's a toughie. You know, Karen's no wimp. She's a toughie. And I'm kind of glad that Pluto was retrograde, because it makes you a little bit more introspective, and you're sweet too with all that Pisces. But you guys, look at this. Tell me what you see. What aspect do you see? And it is exact. Can one person tell me what aspect you see in this chart? I want one person to tell me the aspect that you see. It's really tight. It's super tight. Can you guys read it? It's just glaring. It's blinding me. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I have to wait for somebody to answer. Nobody's going to answer this. Thank you, T. Thompson. Oh my gosh, T. Thompson, dun, 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 wins the prize. T. Thompson, Pluto is squaring the moon. Exact. Look at this, you guys. So do you want me to give you a trick on how to find the squares? Do you guys want me to give you the trick? So all the fixed signs are going to either be in opposition or square to one another. So if you can remember the fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. So you know, if you have a Scorpio, a Pluto in Scorpio, you know that it's squaring Uranus, I'm sorry, Aquarius and Leo. But it has to be within 10 degrees. So 23 and 9, that's too far away. But look at 9, Leo, that's her moon, and 9, Pluto. So this is painful for me to see. And Karen, I'd love for you to jump in here and talk and on the chat. But this is the 7th house and the 4th house. So what's the 7th house? That's relationships with other people and partnerships. The 4th house is family and mother in particular. And she's almost born under a full moon. Not quite, but when this gets to 23, it's a full moon. So Karen, jump in here and chit chat with me. But she's going to have to probably, after feeling hurt, left behind, betrayed, insecure in some way about her relationships and have trust issues, and even her family, then she's going to have to heal that part of her in order to live a happy, healthy life. And so a lot of forgiveness towards mother, a lot of forgiveness towards family. Yes, relationships are difficult. Parents have dysfunctional marriage, and dad is a narcissist and mom is a codependent. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, Karen, for sharing. I really appreciate you for sharing that. and it will have done a number on her. It will have made her feel like she's not good enough. But with Aries rising, she's not going to believe that forever. She'll believe that though for a long time because she's Libra South Node and Pisces Mercury. And so she's going to believe that for a long time until she doesn't. And then she's going to rise up and be a warrior for her, who? A warrior for first house issues. What's that? Myself, because she's got Mars there. So she is going to be a warrior and stand up for herself. Is that true, Karen? Are you doing that? Have you been doing that? Have you been fighting the good fight for you? Okay, now we're going to do Amber Fox. Amber, let's see if I have her. Yes. Okay, these ones are easy because you guys are my members and I love you. Did Karen say anything about fighting the good fight? I hope she answers. She says, yes, ma'am. Yeah, and Karen, I want to ask you, do you feel like your parents 0 to 14 or your mom eroded your self-esteem? And I'll just also say you guys should watch my video, my whole Pluto series, but watch my Pluto aspects series, my Pluto sun aspects, because when you have Pluto square the moon, that's usually mother issues, but it can also be father issues or family issues because it was in the fourth house. And I want to ask you, Karen, if that set you back 0 to 14 and made you feel like you can't trust other people, and then are you currently working out those issues, or do you feel like you've led with forgiveness and it is no longer the case? Or does your Pluto still affect you? You know, sometimes I find that we can't even do our Pluto lesson all in one lifetime. Okay, here is the wonderful, the adorable Amber Fox. Dun, dun, dun. Is Amber in the house over here on my chats? What did Karen say? I wanted to read it just so everybody. Karen says, thank you so much. Me and my unborn baby. Aw, are you pregnant? How cute. I wonder what your due date is. I wonder if you're going to have a Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto is changing signs. Amber, before I get to yours, Amber's here. Okay, I'm listening. Pluto is changing signs. Connie Joe, what day is it? Like 2/22/2022 or something? I don't know. But and so we're going to be hovering at that 29th degree of Pluto. And maybe I'll do that in a minute. And when we're in that 29th degree of Pluto, which is at any moment now, it's going to live there for a while, and then it's going to move into Aquarius. And when it changes signs, oh my God, I haven't talked about it yet, but we're going to get sad news in the world, and we're going to experience loss and death and sad news. And it's going to be tough because Pluto doesn't like that 29th degree. And when we were there before, we had COVID. Okay, so here's Amber. Well, another Cancer rising. So Cancer risings come into this world as compliance. They are compliant, but it doesn't mean they're supposed to stay compliant. But I do find that Cancer is a very hard rising sign to have because it's hard to break free from that shell, and it's hard to break free from expectations of mother, and it's hard to break free from mother, and it's hard to break free from family. So talk to me while I'm talking to you, Amber, and let me know if you feel this. And Amber is one of the just sweetest human beings you could ever meet. And whoever gets to know Amber in this lifetime is a lucky person. So she too has her Pluto in the fourth house. So she has some issues with family. Now, it's not all bad. It's not all horrible. Because her Pluto, let's look at this. Let's go look and see what it does. Well, it's almost in an exact trine to Venus. right? In the 8th house, right here. So she has 8th house, 4th house issues. And then let's go look at let's go look at Scorpio. And here it is in the 5th house. And that's with her moon, her mom. So wherever Scorpio is in your chart, this is where I was giving you guys the shortcut. Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, that moon right there, that moon is ruled by Pluto. So she's a very deep feeler and she's a very deep thinker. But with Pluto in Libra in the 4th house, and then it's in conjunction, it's in trine to Aquarius in at 25 degrees, Venus in the 8th house. It shows me that there's deep transformation around her most intimate relationships. Again, her family and her intimacy, and maybe even inheritance or other people's money. She's going to have to tell us if this is true. Did you receive an inheritance? Hold on. I'm looking for her. Okay. The other thing is that she probably, because Pluto is in Libra, she probably is the harmonious diplomat or the bridge between two worlds. A lot of the time with either her family or with her friends, always trying to make things right between opposing sides or living inside a family that didn't get along and she had to help. And with Cancer rising, she's going to end up a little bit becoming the mother in her relationships, where she's only born in 1981, but where she's the bridge. And I just want to say that, what does she say? I have a huge duty to family and I always put their needs before my own. I love my family with all my being. My childhood was not stable, was not, no inheritance, not stable, but I always felt loved and I'm grateful for my experiences. I love you saying that because I do think there are some pieces to it where Libras always make it about the other person, right? And maybe even you might even be a little bit codependent, or you might feel like I don't know what I would do if I lost my family. When you have Pluto in the 4th, there can be losses around family, but there can also be big fears around losing family. And I would say there could be big fears really around losing mom and maybe even dad, because the sun and the moon are in harmony. And this moon right here in Scorpio is ruled by that Pluto. And then it's in Libra. So that's usually harmonious and it's in a harmonious aspect to Venus. And so that shows the love and the support and the solidification of family. But there's also Libra issues. So Libra issues are kind of like maybe making the family more important than I make my own self, especially with Cancer rising. And that moon in Scorpio is ruling her whole chart. So maybe giving up pieces of her identity even to satisfy family, or not putting her own mission, her own goals, her own desires, her own creativity first, not if it's going to be at the expense of her family. She doesn't want to cause her family losses or heartache or hardship. And even if your family wasn't stable, she still says that she felt really loved. And Pluto makes a great aspect to Mercury too. And it's in the 8th house. So this tells me, Amber, that you're probably going to be able to address your Pluto wounds, and you're probably going to be able to move through your Pluto wounds, and your Pluto will probably really, really deepen you. And your Pluto in your chart is kind of a glorious thing. It rules that beautiful moon, and that moon is the ruler of your chart. And so I would say you're a giant Pluto person because it connects right there into the 8th house, which is Pluto's house. And so being unafraid to go into the dark parts of life and get honest, super honest about, what went right, what went wrong, and being willing to see things honestly, not necessarily through a Libra's eyes, but through the Scorpio part of you. That's how you can, heal yourself. And because you have pretty harmonious aspects to Pluto, I think you will. I think you're going to end up a really healthy person. So Teresa Griffin, she was so sweet. Thank you for your super chat. You guys, thank you for all your super chats. I have to go with people who give me their data because I was going to say, Miss Morgan Ray, that's awesome that you gave me all that, but I know you have a different name in my database, and it doesn't say what time you were born. And the time matters, you guys. You have to give me the time, because if you don't give me the time, then I can't know what house. Okay, here's political tea. Political tea. I know you from my party, but I don't remember your name. So I just have to put this in here as political tea, because I got to keep this ball rolling. August 5th, 1975. And she gave me the time, 10:47 a.m. and born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Okay, is political tea here? Hope so. If not, she has to rewatch. Okay, hold on. You guys are so cute. I'm looking. You guys are so cute. Okay, so is political tea here? I hope so. I hope she's here. Okay, you guys will look at this. Oh my God. Pluto rising, 10:47 a.m. That's right, New Orleans. So you guys, if you have Pluto rising, put in the chats here if you have Pluto rising. I want to know if you have Pluto rising. So Pluto rising is no small thing. So she's a Libra, but you can't really call her Libra rising. Like political tea, you cannot call, I need to say them. I think they go by them. I'm going to surely mess it up. I'm going to surely mess this up. They are not here answering me, but I'll just do a quickie. I know they were here earlier, but okay, so this is for all you Pluto risings. You know, especially if you have Pluto rising like in Libra, it doesn't really operate like a pure Libra rising. It operates now like a scorpionic Libra rising. So when you have Pluto rising, it's going to change that rising sign. Now, maybe it's in Scorpio, and then there you go, bada bing, bada boom, and it's pure energy. But if you have Pluto rising, it gives you you're a bloodhound, a detective, and a forensic witness all at one time. And I will tell you, you might be dealing with a little bit of cynicism, skepticism, and paranoia, kind of looking around. Oh, here's Asa. Okay, it's Asa. She's back. Looking around the corner or looking over your shoulder constantly, just feeling a little bit like you're there to protect, and you're very protective, and you're unsafe. And the reason why you feel this is because your childhood from 0 to 14 had something not so safe about it, something that you couldn't completely trust, something that was very difficult for you. So I like to go look at the squares. And you guys remember my little cheat sheet on the squares is you have to think about mutable signs being in square or opposition to each other, fixed signs being in square or opposition to each other, and cardinal signs being in square and opposition to one another. So right here, she's a Libra, right? So we know that the cardinal signs are Aries, that's the opposite of Libra. And we know that it's Cancer, and the opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. That's a trick for you. So just know your opposites and you can know your squares. So she has it wide, but look, she's got that moon squaring Pluto, and it's by 10 degrees. That's how you figure that out. So there's some issues here with her mom, and her mom is connected to Saturn, her dad. So there's a heavy-handedness here. There's a having to grow up extraordinarily fast, and she didn't trust that. She also knows, and this is the good side, okay, Asa, I'm sorry, they know. I told you I'm going to mess it up. Just please keep loving me for all my quirks and all my mistakes. I can't keep it all in my head. It's too much for me to run the chat. chats and read the chart and do this and answer the questions and remember to say they, them. I can't do it. I'm new at this. So at the they, them piece, I'm so bad at it. Anyways, they struggled a little bit with family issues. Why do I know that? Moon conjunct Saturn, Saturn father. I see Saturn as the father. I also see the sun as the father too. But the Saturn moon is parents. And then with Pluto there can be a loss of parents. There can be a change out of parents. There can be something with parents that went awry. Can you speak to that? Asa, can you speak to that? Hold on. Can you? Okay. I'm reading all your. Oh gosh, I'm reading all your chats. It's wonderful. So Asa, I wanted you to speak about your parents just a little bit because, and this is also in the 10th house, and I do see the 10th house and the 5th house as father too. So even though this isn't down here in the house of family, because it's dealing with the moon, and the moon is connected to Saturn, even though Saturn is too wide to hit Pluto in a square, the moon isn't. The moon is in direct square to Pluto rising. Pluto is like they are Libra rising, but you put Pluto there and now they become scorpionic. And this is a person who's going to be extraordinarily deep, but she's going to have death. She's going to have sadness. She's going to have abandonment. She's going to have people leaving her life, people hurting her. And I hate to say that, I don't want that to be, but that's Pluto rising. And then you are going to learn from all of that. And when I see Pluto rising, I know that these people struggle a little bit with forgiveness. Now, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying you won't do it. I'm not saying that you never have done it. I'm not trying to pin you into a hole, but forgiving those people who sinned against you, if you will, who hurt you, who left you high and frickin' dry. It's difficult to stand in grace. You know, we don't have Venus rising here, people. We have Pluto. And so it can be, if you're unhealthy, a very tit for tat mentality. Like, you got me, I will show you, because you're leading kind of with that anger around having been hurt. And so a lot of times Pluto rising people have big old chips on their shoulder. Now, I'm not saying, Asa, you do. I'm not saying you do. But you can, you know, and you can be like, you're not going to wrong me. You're not going to cross me. I'm going to show you my power. I'm going to show you my strength. Now, it's in Libra, so hopefully that comes across diplomatically, and hopefully you can find a way to articulate in the gorgeous way that Libra does your point. And your whole point here is forgiveness and grace around others who have betrayed and hurt you, or hurt others, because you are a protector of others, and to find words to negotiate a new you and a new life and a new world for others. And this is all connected to the 10th house. So it's part of your higher calling. Oh my goodness. She said, my mom died when I was 6. Wow. Yeah, you're here. I have to look over here to see my chats. Please tell Meredith I'm here. I am. My mother died when I was 6 and my father was cold. Yes, it's right there on the moon. So one thing I want to say about moon Saturn connections, that is very difficult. And because your dad was kind of cold or militant, if you will, usually when Saturn's on the moon, the moon gets squashed. And then Pluto moon aspects, you guys, I didn't talk about this, but oftentimes when you have squares and oppositions to the moon, it does mean loss of mother. And it can just mean that, you know, she has dementia, or it can mean that she died. So her father was 63 when she was born, and her mother died when she was 6. So yeah, your dad was way in over his head, wasn't he? And he probably didn't even mean to be cold, detached, cruel, or emotionally unavailable. Saturn moon is emotionally unavailable. But what I want to tell you, yeah, he didn't have bad intentions. He's a 63-year-old man not knowing what the hell to do with you because you're Pluto rising. He's like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this baby? She's like 6 years old and stronger than me. And I'm not really laughing. I'm actually not really laughing. It's just that astrology is so real at the core level. And so what I wanted to say is that it is absolutely imperative that you get this right in this lifetime, because you're holding your psychological wound as your hello to the world. So what I want you to do is step into the forgiveness of all that loss, of getting kind of the cards dealt to you in a way that was too hard to deal with, to be honest, for a long time until you could deal with it. And now step into the forgiveness and the grace around it, and try to let your paranoia that everybody's going to leave you, or you're not seen, or you're not heard, go away, because it's simply not true. If anything, you're probably a little bit, with Pluto rising, too big, too intimidating, and too much for a lot of people, I bet, because you lead with so much power, right? So learning how to Libra that power, that means pull it back when you need to, be invisible when you need to, and step forward when you need to. Learning to work with that Libra art form is really important. So Venus rules your chart. So I know you're a big, giant love, just giant teddy bear under that. So people get intimidated at hello, and then they find out that you're a big softie. Yeah. Oh, she says, that is the key words. She says, they say, I'm a writer. Wow, that's fantastic. I love that. Okay, so Erica Mills is next. Okay. Erica, I think I have you in here. Don't I? Thought I did. No? What the heck? November 12th. Is Erica in the house? 1972. 1972 at 12:12 p.m. in Toronto. Here we go. Kina, welcome. Welcome, new super supporters. You guys are going to love it. We have parties, we give away prizes, we have master classes. You're going to get access to all of my behind the scenes videos where I do in-depth readings of people's charts, and you're going to get to learn just a little bit more and go a little bit deeper. And then 4 times a year, I have my master class. And then I also do a big free Astro-Party, which we just had yesterday, and it was super fun. Oh, Armando, thank you. I wish you were over here sitting right next to me with all your Pisces love helping me navigate through all this. Oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Okay, so is Erica here? I hope Erica is here. She was begging me. Connie Joe's in the house. You guys, if you really want to understand your chart, get a reading with Connie Joe. She's having a flash sale. So that just means, Connie Joe, is it just for today and it ends tomorrow? It's like you got to grab an appointment, a reading with her like within 24 hours. Is it 24 or 48 hours? I forget. Forgive me. I have to ask you. Please tell us. Morgan. It was an awesome party. I just have to go back to political tea. political tea with the Pluto rising. She said, too big, too much for too many people. Oh, Erica's here finally. Okay. Hi, Erica. I'm doing your chart. So here you are, Capricorn rising. So we know Saturn is running her show in the 5th house, but we're going to go look at Pluto. And there it is in the 8th house. And Pluto loves being in the 8th house. The 8th house is Pluto's house. So who here has a Pluto in the 8th house? That's what I want to know. Pluto in the 8th house, because it doesn't matter what sign it's in. When Pluto's in the 8th house, it's really, really comfortable. It's super comfortable, and it likes Plutonian subjects. And yes, please like this video, and every single person, please share this video. And would you guys please subscribe? I am trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. And if you guys all subscribe and ask one person to subscribe, I'm there. If all 57,000 of you. Okay, good. I'm reading the chats. So Pluto is in the 8th house, and let's go see. It's at 3 degrees. So you guys, one person, please tell me there's an exact aspect in her chart. Do you see it? And what is it? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, good. You guys all have Pluto in the 8th. Okay, so all you Pluto in the 8th, you're really good with 8th house studies. You're really good about talking about the deeper things of life. You love talking about the mysteries. You love talking about death, dying, reincarnation, the occult, tarot cards, anything mystical. So okay, thank you. T. Thompson, who are you? You got it again. Absolutely. Okay, Mackenzie got it too. Okay, awesome. Hi, Jan. Okay, Jessica, it doesn't square her moon, it trines her moon. So look at Pluto in Libra, and you know that air signs like each other. And we know this is a cardinal, right? This is cardinal. So it's going to square her Jupiter, but it actually trines her moon. And her moon is on her rising. I know it's in Aquarius, but it's in the 1st house. So this tells me that she has a very, very, very powerful relationship with her mom. Pluto is also the ruler of her sun. And so that doesn't make an aspect, but her mom is critical to her life. Now she's lucky. And so Erica, you need to tell us about yourself a little bit in your chart so we can know. But I want to say 2 things. Did you guys watch my Aquarius moon video? If not, that's your homework assignment. Everybody should know about the Aquarius moon, because when you meet an Aquarius moon person, it is very difficult. And I personally think the Aquarius moon is the hardest moon to have. And she has it in her 1st house. She has it right there on her rising, and she has it in trine to Pluto. So I know there is something hard about having this moon, even though it's in a happy aspect to Pluto. So her mom, or the absence of her mom, or what her mom did not give her or could not give her, or maybe what her mom did give her, is very critical and important to shaping her. It's absolutely, this mom is kind of larger than life, and that's because of the aspect to Pluto, and that's because Pluto is the ruler of her sun. So this mom, and getting your mom right, is really, really important. Now, when you have an Aquarius moon, it usually means mom was detached in some way, or mom wasn't able to focus on me in the way that I wanted it to be. And so transformation, Pluto's transformation, wants to affect her moon relationship, her mom relationship, and wants to affect her heart. So transforming the way in which you love, the way in which you are a mom, and the relationship to your mom is absolutely, utterly critical, Erica, in this lifetime. And if you can't do it, if you can't do the work, it's going to hurt. It's going to really, really hurt. And so there are some losses in your life with that Pluto so prominent. But the fact that it's in Libra, I know that you can, and it's in harmony with that moon. I know that you can learn these Pluto lessons. And also staying independent, but not so independent that you're not able to trust love in your life. So she says, Erica says, wow, yes, I had a very powerful relationship with my mom until she died in 2006. And I've done tons of therapy about codependent relationships. I'm so sorry you lost your mama. So Pluto moon aspects bring up mommy issues, really, really big mommy issues. Okay, hold on. Hold on one second, Pooh. I'm gonna see what I got here. I have so many. Okay, so Miss Morgan Ray, I know you were in here, but you already gave me Seaside, but you didn't give me your time. So I'll have to come back to you if I can. I want to. Okay, here's Annika. She's next. If she gave me her time. Annika from Sweden. Okay. Annika, is she here? Is Annika here? August 17th, 1960. So she's going to have Pluto in Virgo, 5 p.m. By the way, I don't usually trust times when it's right on the hour, just to be honest with you. I feel like that's either a lazy doctor or somebody did not actually go look at their birth certificate. Annika, I am sure you did, because you take your astrology seriously, but if you feel like it's not perfect, the definitions are not perfect, it's probably because your birth time is off. Yes, I'm here. She says I'm here. Okay, whoa, look at this chart. Cancer moon. Wow, all these, it's a lot about mom today, isn't it funny? And Jupiter rising in Sag. Well, this is a really happy person. Are you happy, Annika? You must be a very happy person. Look, she's got hearts everywhere, and she's a super supporter. And I love it. Jan, you're so cute. I love you. Jan, be my moderator. Run my show for me. Well, this, you guys, is an advanced lesson, okay? I'm going to just show you something here. Okay, well, let's see, 24. No, it's 11. It's too wide. So this looks like Pluto is on her sun, but it's a tiny bit too wide, because you know that the degrees go to 30. So that would make that, well, it's almost at 43. So this is almost at 25. So this is like at 11 degrees. And so I think it's a little bit too wide to count it as a conjunction. You guys can have conjunctions with signs that are next to each other if they're close enough in degrees. So if they're within 10 degrees, it's a conjunction, even though she's a Leo with a Virgo. However, this is still at 11 degrees, and I cut it off at 10. But her Pluto in Virgo at 5 degrees is in harmony, because this is Earth sign, it's in harmony with her Cancer moon, but it is conjunct her Venus, and it's in the 8th house, and she's a big 8th house person. And then let's go look at what Scorpio's doing in her chart. There it is. It's in a perfect sextile to Neptune. So this is all about love. Your whole chart is about love. And this is about learning to love deeply and learning to trust in love and learning how to have intimacy in your life. And with Pluto conjunct Venus, can I ask you if you received financial support in your life from other people? I mean, did somebody, I know you're in Sweden, so I don't know how it works with college or anything. How cute. Annika seems like a very happy person. She was knitting away and partying past midnight with us, if I remember her correctly. Yeah, she came to the party all the way from Sweden. It was probably in the middle of the night. But this is somebody who, you know, when you have a Venus-Pluto aspect, you are so, I don't know how to say it, 1000% about the people that you love. You will die for the people that you love. And you will care so deeply about the people that you will love that it will hurt. But with the North Node there too, and with Venus sandwich, do you guys see it? Venus sandwich between Pluto and the North Node in Virgo in the 8th house, and it trining Neptune, she is going to learn unconditional love in this lifetime, and what it means to love with, how do I say this, maybe great sacrifices. Maybe love is going to require great sacrifices. The 8th house oftentimes feels like you have to lose something to gain something. However, when she does make those sacrifices, she will be an acts of service kind of person because it's in Virgo. So she's going to do helpful things for you. And her love is a transformational kind of love. Why? When you are really, truly, deeply loved by her, look how it dials into Neptune. You feel an angelic love, a divine love, a godlike love. I don't know how to explain it, but college is free here. I have not had any, she says, I have not had any special support, but been pretty lucky in my life with most things. Well, this is sort of, I just want to tell you, Annika, that she's born in 1960s. So I don't know if you still have your parents, and Pluto makes a harmonious aspect to Cancer. So you must have had a mom that really invested in you in a fairly deep way. It's opposing the rising sign. So maybe you guys were really different, but it looks like there was a deep investment made in you. When you have Venus in the 8th house conjunct Pluto, you usually gain from losses. So you usually have an inheritance, or you'll inherit a home or belongings or artifacts or treasures that you absolutely love. And it's with your North Node there. So, you know, you might be left something that is a surprise. Not that you should sit around and wait for it, but there's a lot of blessings. And then I do want to know, and then her Venus is in harmony with her Saturn. So I do think, even though you have Uranus on your sun, when you make a commitment to somebody, you give 1000%, don't you? My parents both live Cancers, both of them. Oh, so they sit right on your moon. So you're very close to your family, right? And you're close to your mama. You've got to be close to your mom. But with Uranus on the sun, you're going to do life your own way, and you're supposed to be really, really creative. But I think that you love big and you love deep, and you kind of lead with this loyalty. Even though she's a Sag rising and Uranus on the sun, this Pluto-Venus in harmony with her moon creates a really loyal person. Now, not that you're going to get on here and say, oh, I'm a liar, cheater, but I think loyalty is really critical to you. And yet you want to be unique, and there's a little piece of you that wants to do things differently and on your own terms. Okay. But I like this Pluto, and I think this is one of the happier Plutos I have seen. So doing the deep transformational work is really easy for you. And I'll also say there's kind of a superhuman strength in you, but the strength is going to be a faith or a love, or also this is a very psychic Pluto. So there's a psychic receptivity. There's a part of you that can, you can probably be suspicious of others, but you may not lead with suspicion because Pluto's operating in a fairly positive way in your chart. Alexa, I don't know if I can get to everybody that I already have on my chart. I'm going to try my hardest. Okay, I'm going to go back to Morgan because she was the second person here and she just gave me her time. Okay, so Morgan Ray. I think she's in here in a different name. June 1st, 1985. And she said 4:38. I want to be able to get to everybody, but I just don't know if I'm going to have time. Seaside, Oregon. And I don't want you guys to hate me if you gave me a super chat and I can't get to it. Just know that I'm trying my hardest. 4:38 p.m. I got you. Okay, here is Miss Morgan Ray, super supporter, love her to pieces. She was at my party, love seeing your gorgeous face. Okay, so 7, 8, 9. All right. So she's Pluto rising too. So let me tell you guys how I figure this out. Everybody look at this chart, okay? This is how you figure out if this planet is actually on your rising sign. You know there's 30 degrees, right? So 30 minus 23 is 7. So Pluto is in the next sign. We can only go 3 degrees. We can only go up to 3 degrees to make 10 because I use an orb of 10 and it's at 2. And not only is it at 2, it's at 2 with 21 minutes. So 23 plus 7, 8, 9. So she comes in at 9. So what we say is it's very wide, but Pluto is rising. Jan, I love you. Jan says, Meredith is inundated with super chats. I'll answer as much as I can. Jan knows a lot about astrology. She's super smart. And Connie Jo is here too. I think she's still, I don't know if she had to leave, but and I'm seeing that T. Thompson, no, a lot of you guys know astrology. So put your questions out there. And if you guys have the answer, yeah, T. Thompson, answer it for me. T. Thompson's from Jamaica. Okay, so maybe you guys, for those who have questions, you could help me answer. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I love it. I spread the knowledge. So Morgan has Pluto rising technically, and she's very scorpionic. She has her past life as Scorpio. By the way, don't forget October 16th is my next masterclass on the nodes. And I'm going to go deep into the nodes. The nodes talk about your past life and who you were born to be in this lifetime. Sometimes I can do a whole entire chart reading just on the nodes. And here she has Saturn and the moon tight together on the south node. And so Pluto loves being in Scorpio. It's in the first house. And with all that Scorpio, she's going to be gorgeous. We know that. Libra rising. Did you guys watch my 3 most beautiful signs of the zodiac? That was a really fun video to do. Well, she's ruled by Venus, so she's going to be probably sweet, kind, beautiful, a little bit soft-spoken, but Venus is in Aries, so there's something tough about her. You're going to get kind of a contradiction with this because there's kind of a powerful intimidation too. And I bet you a lot of people, Morgan, when you were younger, they misunderstood you and thought you were probably bitchy, bossy, or mean, when really you're just a love trying to survive your life. But you probably come in with a very powerful presence that you're completely oblivious about or were, and until a lot of people told you, or a strength about you that you have no idea that you even have. And so you're a little bit like political tea, where it's like learning the art of Venus, and it's in Aries. So that's not going to be super easy for you, but you can do it with your Gemini, learning diplomacy and how to use language and the softness about you to get those doors open. This is such a Scorpio Pluto chart. And Morgan, I want you to talk to me a little bit and tell me if you can relate to this. But look at all this. She has all of this massive scorpionic energy and power, which makes her very bold. It makes her open to transformation. It makes her want to get into the deep, the gritty, the dark. It makes her want to understand what's really going on. She has a brilliant bullshit meter. But then look at this. She's a Gemini, and it's all jam-packed in the 8th house. So this is a super psychic chart. This is like super psychic, telepathic, psychic, intuitive, very sensitive. But with Saturn Saturn moon, as we already talked about it, she had to shut her heart down in some way. And that is in opposition, even though it's not in Sagittarius, it's in Scorpio. Wow. So she really learned that she couldn't be wide open, and she had to get very private with her life. This is also, even though she's a Gemini, Morgan, you can't go around telling people you're a Gemini, because it's just not really that true. You have to tell people I'm a Gemini with a shit ton of Scorpio in my chart, so don't F with me. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. Is she talking to me? Is she here? I don't see her anywhere, and she usually pops up with a, there she is. I resonate with Pluto on the rising. This birth chart is new. I had the wrong time for years. Oh my God. You had the wrong time for years. How sad is that? That would kill me. I'm reading all your chats. Thank you. Thank you for all the super chats and all the love. I'm so grateful. This, let me just see, Pluto, 2 degrees. It's in conjunct to Mercury and your sun. It's prominent and it's important. It's prominent and it's important because it's rising. And so Pluto issues are going to be really big time in your life. So I'm just going to be honest with you, with this much Pluto and this much 8th house, your life is going to be built out of the ashes. Your life is going to be built out of redoing it. And that cat with 9 lives, like almost dying. Have you almost died? You must have. Or you must have been in very dangerous or perilous situations, or you must have had a lot of death or loss or abandonment or sadness around you, because you are here to get courageous, and you're here to also develop your intuition to help you out. That's your superpower, your intuition, being able to see the answers before everybody else does. And you have a little bit of an advantage, and you're super smart and super bright, very quick mind, but being able to transform your losses and, as I say, spin gold. Also learning compassion and sympathy towards others and helping others heal. You're very cunning, you're very clever, you're very capable. You can probably get life on your own terms, but that's if you sort of let go of the disappointment around your disappointments, you know, learning to keep your faith when things don't shake out the way you dreamed them to be or the way you wanted them to be. And then the second thing I would say, the second most important thing, it's because you're Libra rising, you know, don't close that heart off. It's very difficult for you to trust other people and to surrender to other people. And you really need a good partner in life. You have to have a good partner. That's North Node in Taurus. So be discerning. You have a very big Pluto chart. Diplomacy saves lives. Political T says, yes, that's true. Oh, and then Spartacus says, congratulations on that sober achievement, Morgan. Okay, so she got sober. Did she say that? I didn't see that. That's amazing. It has been insane. She said, yes, 3 times, probably speaking to, have you almost died? Yes, 10 years hard drugs, but 4 years sober. Oh my God, that's fantastic that you told us that, because I can imagine that you might turn to escaping the reality in with this chart. I mean, this is beautiful that you transformed yourself through sobriety, 4 years sober. So it's still fragile. 4 years is great, but you're still in it a little bit. I have forgiven them all. I've been sober for 4 years. So did forgiveness come with being sober? And when you were addicted, was that to manage the pain of your life, if you will? And then also I wanted to ask, was it hard to do the forgiveness work when you were in your addiction? That's my question for you. You guys are so sweet. Cassie, I'll try to get to you. I'm so sorry if I can't. Please forgive me. Let me just see. Who do I have next? Is Tori still here? She gave me all her details. Tori Smith. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. That is really sweet of you. I am going to really appreciate that today. Guess what I'm doing today? Do you guys want to know what I'm doing today? It's going to be fun. I am taking a local client out to go wine tasting. We have a giant, we're like a baby Napa, a baby Sonoma, California here. We have 300 wineries up in an area called Woodinville. And I'm taking a beautiful client who I just have fallen in love with out for wine tasting today, along with 2 other friends. Hold on, I got to let my dog Teddy in. I'll be right back. Come on, big boy. I want to chit chat with you guys. Spartacus, I love you. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't talk about that publicly because she will see this video. But he asked me a question, something about what I said in my members only party, which is not recorded. But for my members, just so you guys know, I talk way more openly, way more candidly, and I share my heart at a deeper level for my members and with my members. I don't know, because I trust you. I love you. I just, I do. But this is going to be live for the entire public to see. So I can't talk about that. But let's just say it went well. So here's Tori. Let's look at Tori, Aries rising. Is Tori in the house? Don't tell too much, Anna. It's wine o'clock somewhere. I have a big floofy Teddy too. He's a Maine Coon. Oh, Mackenzie, that's so sweet. They're the sweetest dogs. Okay, here's Tori. Yes, I'm here. So you guys, all these 8th housers, right? This is crazy. So look at this. What do you guys see with this Pluto? It's just like, oh my God, right? T. Thompson. Yeah, it's crazy. So with Pluto exact conjunct the sun, It means the sun and Pluto were in the exact same place. So Tori, did you watch and I hope you guys all watched my Pluto Sun aspects video. I just did that last week. But this is a person who is she is a Scorpio. So she's like, this is Pluto on steroids. And Scorpio is in the 8th house. The sun is on Pluto, and the sun and Pluto are in Scorpio. So this is somebody who has Plutonian and Pluto issues to the 10th degree, like on steroids, massive. And look at up here, you can see that she's got 60% of her chart in cardinal energy. So that's leadership energy. So this is a very bold, powerful warrior in life. And she is here to literally transform in this lifetime. I can pretty much guarantee you with Aries rising. Did you guys see my Aries rising video? That video was a little painful to do, to tell you the truth, because I got so real in that. I mean, I just ripped the mask off of Aries rising. And Aries is ruled by Mars. And so her whole chart is Mars and Pluto. So this is about a death fight. This is about transformation. She says, yes, I watched it. I got to see her. Yes, I watched it. Tori, I can't find her. And this is going to be about you being an incredible transformer in your life. Your own life will want to transform. And there's issues here with your dad, with Pluto conjunct the sun. And then you have Saturn in Aquarius. So I'm really wondering about your father. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, but if you do, that'd be great. And it's wide, but you have a opposition with Chiron here too. And then you've got Mars and the moon together. So that in the 4th house. So there's issues there with your mom. So I don't know if you were able to have kind of, the blissful childhood that we all want and crave. However, saying that, you do have harmony with your moon and Pluto. So that makes me really think that you did get something good, or the transformation that came out of this is really important and much needed and quite positive for you. But transforming your relationships with women, important women in your life, or with your mom is really, really critical. And I mean, it's critical. And I think you can do it because there's a trine there, but this is not just this is not just like a simple life, a simple chart. This is somebody who's going to be very private. I think expressing intimate love is going to be a little bit hard, because it's hard for you to get vulnerable. It's hard for you to show your feelings. It's hard for you to share your feelings. Now, I like that you've got your South Node in Gemini in the 3rd house. So I know you can talk, I know you can speak, I know you can communicate, but I just don't know if communicating around intimacy is easy for you. He was in the military. He was an alcoholic, both abandoned me as a toddler. I talked to my dad, but I still need to heal from that. I feel like I will become a leader. It's just a matter of time, and I'm very patient. That's good. Yeah, I do. I'm glad that you're patient. That is fantastic. And I think you get your patience from all the water that's in your chart. I am absolutely not surprised that you were abandoned by both of your parents. And I hate saying that, and I am so sorry. But I think one of the reasons why that happened is because you're Aries rising. And one of the things that Aries rising is here to learn is how to be independent and do life on my own terms, and to learn that I am capable, and transforming your wounds. Now, forgiving a person doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with them, but I do think that forgiveness is absolutely imperative. Now, one thing I will say is you got boatloads of power to deal with those hard challenges in life. And as a toddler being abandoned, that's just god awful, but you also have a band of angels protecting you. You have Neptune in the 10th house. And so I think the thing that's going to most heal you is if you become the maverick that you're supposed to be in your life, Tori, because it's almost like you come with, a boatload of sticks of dynamite, right? And now you're traveling to your destination and you're going to need that dynamite. But it's not like you didn't get your pockets lined with good stuff. And the good stuff you got was a band of angels, was God right here looking down on you. You're probably a phenomenal organizer. You probably are extremely loyal and passionate to people who, passionate about the things that you love, and also ferociously loyal to other people. And so you got really good things. The North Node in Sag is just showing me that it's your perspective and your belief system that is going to radically shift and change in this lifetime. So maybe, although you got kind of a hard hand dealt to you, maybe it had to be that way so you could cultivate your Aries rising. The Aries rising is really, really important to remember, that you're here to break codependency. You're here to count on yourself. You're here to cultivate yourself. That doesn't mean you can't do relationships. I mean, you've got this glorious Libra in your house of marriage. You can do relationships, but getting this Capricorn, this Scorpio, this Aries rising, and this Cancer to open up and be vulnerable inside intimate relationships would be really hard. Morningstar says Aries people seem to know about leading from birth. Hold on. They are appalled about having to follow. They can be dead wrong and they will stay the path as long as they still get to lead. They are born leaders. Oh, I love you, Dawn Wonder. You guys, Dawn is so gorgeous. Look at these gorgeous necklaces she makes for soul navigation. I should be wearing mine today, but I couldn't get it on in time. This is the money crystal. I just have to show you this. Oh my gosh. Dawn is so amazing. So go to my shop. Go to my shop. Isn't this gorgeous? I hope you guys can see it. It's a little bit blurry. Hold on. This is the money crystal. It is so pretty. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so blurry. Hold on. I'm so blurry. This one is for prosperity. It's a little bit blurry. Oh my gosh, this is my most beautiful one. I have to show you. Look at this blue. It matches my nails. This is so pretty. This one is breathtaking. This is the miracle necklace. I don't have it on a chain because I wasn't wearing it. But isn't that gorgeous? Can you see it? So Dawn makes these absolutely gorgeous crystals, and they're in my shop. You can just go to Soul Navigation and click on my shop tab and go to jewelry. Okay, let's see. Who do I have? It's already 11 o'clock, so I don't know. All these. What the hell am I going to do? Okay, let me see. Tiffany Robinson wrote in next. Let me see if I have her. I don't know if I have her. Tiffany. Rob. Oh, I have her. Okay, good. I love it when that happens. Here's my Pluto. Ruby's daughter says, Meredith, can you do a beginner's master class and teach us where to start and give us a firm foundation for us who are new and have a willingness to learn astrology? Yes, I will do that. Absolutely. I will do that for you guys. I need more time in the day. You guys, all I do is race through my day morning to night. And my family's just like, Meredith, you got to slow down. I'm like, there's no slowing down. I can't slow down. Oh my God, if I slow down, it's all going to come tumbling down. Do I need a starter chart, or is there a more in-depth one that covers both? NK Retroville said that. You guys should all have a starter package. I mean, honestly, you should. You get your gorgeous natal chart and you also get your deep dive natal report. And if you have that, then what you should do is you should get the advanced Astro Gold package and you should start learning about your progressions. So your progressions is your progress chart, who you have evolved into, and it's who you are right at this moment in time. And it is phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. I didn't write the reports. It's not a reading from me, but I researched the best reports on the market and I bought the license and the software for all those different reports. And it takes a couple days to get them. So if you guys are a brand new member, it can take up to 3 days to receive your perks, especially over the weekend. Because I only have one girl, Brittany. She's wonderful. She runs the show over there. She helps me out and she does a great job, but it takes time to build everybody's stuff. Okay, so is Heather Morris. Oh, I have my natal and then I got my progress chart. Okay, good. I hope you got the report too, the progressed report. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can, but I have to take my client out for wine tasting and I have to go get ready. Oh, is Tiffany here? She's here and they are great. I've gotten a couple of reports. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, they're really good. Okay, good. And Heather says, I also did my son's too, and it was really helpful. Yeah, it's really great. Like you guys, I would be half of the parent. I mean, I would be, I would probably be a really crappy parent because I have a child who is so opposite of me that, you know, she's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. So because she's an introvert and I'm an extrovert, I'm always thinking something's wrong. What's wrong? Why aren't you talking? What's wrong? Oh, you're just a Cancer? Oh, okay. Yeah, so parent from your child's chart. Do not parent from your chart. Look at your child's chart and see what they need. And if they have a hard moon Saturn aspect or a hard moon aspect and you're the mom, that's you. I'm telling you, that's you. So you want to counter that. Are you guys with me? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, she is a Cancer, but she's a 9th house Cancer and she does have moon conjunct Jupiter. So I know she likes me and it's in harmony to her Cancer, but I also know that means I'm a little too big. No, don't say. Okay, let's look at this gorgeous Tiffany. Tiffany is in the house, Sag rising. Pluto conjunct Saturn in the 10th house in Libra. Let's see what it does. It doesn't do a lot. It's conjunct the Saturn, we get that, and it's conjunct Mercury. So that's about all we got. So Tiffany, this is interesting. Your mind is Libra, but it works with a Plutonian aspect to it. So it probably, and there's Saturn there. So your mind, even though it's in the 10th house, it probably can calm down. It probably can go inward. It can probably settle. You know, sometimes Mercury and Libra, they constantly think and the wheels just constantly spin. But with Saturn there, that's like putting on the brakes. And with Pluto there, it deepens it. So you're not going to be a stereotypical Libra where you only want to talk about beauty, love, harmony, and all Venus things. You're going to want to talk about the depth of relationships. You're going to want to have relationships that can go deep. And I want you to talk to me while I'm talking to you. Morningstar says Pluto conjunct Saturn is the magician marking. aspect. That's interesting. I do think Saturn and Pluto, if they're friendly, they can work well together because it means that you have a lot of stamina and and it's good for your Sagittarius rising because you could be ADD, but you also have a balsamic moon and you almost have that. It's right there. I guess I would say that you do because it's within 10 degrees, the dark moon. And I hope that you saw my moon phases video, because there's the balsamic moon or the last crescent moon, if you will, and then you're on the darkest slivers. So the moon was dark. You probably only saw a line when you looked up at the night that you were born. There would only be a line in the sky. So you're not born on a new moon. So there's something very deep about you, something very poetic. Do you write poetry? Do you love poetry? Do you love literature or stories about people and maybe their suffering and their relationships, and then in the end it comes out right? I was a hospice nurse for 13 years. Okay, I'm not surprised because you have a steady hand around Plutonian things. That's because of Saturn. And also with Libra there, you would do it in a way that is very kind and diplomatic. With Sagittarius rising, there's an optimism, a belief system that's really strong in you, and a hopefulness. But look at this, you guys. I mean, this is so funny. This is such a good chart, you guys, that we don't do sun sign astrology. We can't even talk about her really being a Virgo. I mean, if we're going to talk about her being a Virgo, we are going to miss the boat on who this woman is. So look at this. Look at this. I got chills. I got chills. By the way, I love Madison, Wisconsin. I love the bookstore, the Shakespeare Company bookstore right there in downtown Madison. I don't know if you still live there, but Sagittarius rising, Jupiter in Scorpio is the ruler of her chart. She has that balsamic moon, which is like the poet's soul that is so deep, that works with the dark things in life, that works with everything that you cannot see. This is like the moles underground or the worms under the rock, you know? And then she's got that Mercury conjunct Saturn Pluto, which makes her stop talking about lip liner and, and what's the best foundation for you, Libra, like beautification products. And she goes through the jugular down into the soul of the person. And then she's helped people transition from this lifetime into their next lifetime. Is she talking to me? Yes, and I watch your videos, and yes, I do. I was a hospice nurse for 13 years. Yes, there's be a lot of patience in her. But, look at her Virgo. All her Virgo is in the house of Sagittarius. So this woman, and with Jupiter in Scorpio, has a very, very, very deep belief system. She believes in something so deeply. Why? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter in Scorpio, plus she has this scorpionic mind. So whatever it is she believes in that is so soulful and so deep, it's going to become the creed of her life. And she's going to live out that motto, that belief system, that declaration is going to become her identity. Why? Because her sun and her moon and her Venus are all in the house of belief system. So they called me the angel of death. Isn't that interesting? And Tiffany has a crown on her head, so it means that she's been a Soul Navigation member for a year or more. I love these crowns. Thank you. Thank you for your love and your support. And I love having you here. And she says, yes, I've always had a deep connection to the other side. One thing about this chart that I'm going to say that might shock people, and you have to promise me, Tiffany, you're not going to walk around the earth saying, oh, I'm a Virgo. It's like, no, you are not allowed to say that ever again. No. No, you have to say, I'm a 9th house sun. I'm a Virgo. I have Sag rising, and I have a shit ton of Pluto in my chart. What did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to say this is a very psychic chart. This is a very, very deeply intuitive chart. So when your person is there lying in a coma unconscious and they can't speak and they're transitioning. It's almost like you can either, maybe if you wanted to channel, you could see the people that are waiting for them, or you could actually see their soul leaving their body, or you could get messages, or you could know what they need even when they can't communicate it. And you would want, you with all that Virgo, you would make people feel comfortable. So I want to say one thing about your Pluto and your Scorpio. Because of the way that it's aspected, and this is different than Morgan, I think you have more, and Political T, I think they have more intimidating Plutos, really boom out there, right? Like you'll see their strength and their power. You will not see, Tiffany, your strength and your power at hello. There's an optimism and a happiness. But when you sit down and you hold a person's hand, it's like they'll feel your Pluto. They'll feel your power. It's a different kind of power, but it comes in through this. Can you guys see this in this chart? Tell me if you guys understand what I'm saying. It's not a booming Pluto, but it's just as strong. It's in there in a way that has to be tapped. You guys get it? I hope you guys get it. She says, I don't tell people I'm a Virgo. I never feel like a Virgo. That's because you're not totally. Tiffany says, they gave me all the patients who couldn't speak because I could understand what they needed and I could communicate with them. Oh my God, does that make you cry? Oh my God, that is just like so moving. Thank you, Erica. What do you do now, Tiffany? Will you come be by my bedside when it's time for me to go? And I want you to be in charge of the morphine drip, and I want you to give me a little extra. I'll be laying there going, extra, extra. Oh, I'm so glad I did your chart. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to do Latanya if she's still in the house. Is Latanya here? Latanya Smith. She's next. And I think, I'm not sure. So I think this is Latanya. Tony the Tiger. Is Latanya still here? Also, balsamic dark moon here with Pluto in the 4th house. My sun and moon and my black Lilith in the 6th. My mom also called me the angel of death. I too understand what my loved ones needed. Oh, that's neat. Tiffany says, Tiffany, whose chart is still up here, she says, my patients came to me after they died. Where are you, Tiffany? I need to know you. Oh my gosh, her patients came to me. Oh, she said she'd work my morphine drip for me. Thank God you're born in 82. You'll still be around. Oh my God. Don't forget, I live in Seattle. You have to get your buns here. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Oh, I want to tell you another thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put together a retreat, but the retreat, it will be probably next year. I don't know where I'm going to have it or how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to put together a retreat somewhere. I don't know if it's Thailand, Mexico, I don't know where, but I am going to do something so cool, and I'm going to do readings, and I hope that I can get 20 people to come. I don't want it to be too big. So we would fly there, we would stay kind of in the same resort area, like bungalows or villas or something. And I'm going to put together like a 3-day program for us, and then you guys can go traveling. So, oh, Latanya's still here. Latanya, are you the one that won a reading with me yesterday? Oh, you guys are so cute. Spartacus, I would love a retreat. Tiffany, I want to come. Mackenzie, yay. Morgan, I'll be there. Heather, I know you guys start. Yeah, Jan's like, I'll save my time for that. Yeah, but what I want you to do, I don't know where yet. I have to find a place that's beautiful and affordable. And so it's going to include probably airfare and then the 3-day stay. And then it will just, I just think it'll be wonderful. And by next June or something, maybe next year, May, June. So what I wanted to say is, I don't know the details yet, but I do want you guys to start saving your money. Just save a little bit, $200 a month, maybe, just start saving. So when the time does come, you'll have the money to be able to go. Danica, I live in Mexico, so please pick here. Danica lives in Mexico. Where do you live, Danica? I mean, Mexico is very affordable, but the problem with Mexico is very far for my Europeans. I mean, that is really, really far. Armando, I want to go. You guys are so stinking cute. Jan, I got my airfare covered. Jan, do you have 20? Do you have 20 companion tickets? You guys are so cute. Oh my God, I love you guys to pieces. Okay, so this is Latanya. So Latanya, she's, yep, I won. Tony the Tiger. I think you're Tony the Tiger, aren't you, Latanya? So you guys, I gave away a 1-hour reading with myself, and I wasn't going to totally do it because my schedule is booked. But then I was like, what the hell? But you just kind of have to wait a little bit. Anyways, this is the woman who won the reading. Latanya, and she's a sweetheart, Pisces rising. So look at all this Virgo. So she's got Pluto at 1 degree in the 7th house. Let's just look at this. And let's go see what Pluto is doing. It is in a great aspect to her Mercury. Pluto, oh, no, that's in conjunct. Okay, hold on. It is, oh, here we go. It's in a sextile to Neptune. It's ruled by Venus at 0 degrees Leo. And let's go look at her Scorpio. Right here in the 8th house. So this is an interesting Pluto to do. And you guys can come over here and you can look. So you can see Pluto squares Jupiter. This is how you read this. And if you guys are all members, you get a chart that looks something like this. This is how you find out if your planets are out of bounds. So she has a Jupiter almost out of bounds. But you come over here to Pluto and you can see that it's sextile to Venus, and you can see that it's square to Jupiter, and it's sextile to Neptune. So I would say Pluto's not doing a ton in your chart. You don't have a giant Pluto chart. And you know what? Hallelujah. Thank God, because not everybody needs one. And okay, Danica, will you write to me? Because I would love to hear your ideas. Just send me an email, Danica, to soulnavigation1111@gmail.com. And then we can talk back and forth. You can give me some ideas about Mexico. Okay, so what I want to say is, Latanya, you are a people person. People. And with Pluto in the 7th house, something went wrong with relationships. There's trauma around either a marriage or intimate relationships or other people. And so this also tells me that your power is there's either too much power there, so you block other people off, or there's too much power inside of connecting with people that will take advantage of you, people that will leave you, people that can't make up their mind about you, people that are ambivalent about you. And so you can go into a service role and even a codependency. So when you have a Pluto that doesn't have a ton of aspects like sextiles and in conjunctions, I take a look at them. But with this Pluto, I would look at it as Pluto and Libra in the 7th house. And so what is Pluto and Libra in the 7th house going to bring up? Well, I hope you guys watched my Pluto through the houses and my Pluto through the signs. This is a person who is born to be a diplomat, born to be a bridge between two opposing sides, and somebody who could end up giving all of herself away to another person, and probably another person who will bring a little trauma and drama and hurts and wounds into her life. With Pisces rising, she probably is susceptible to being codependent. And you'll have to tell me if this is you. You'll have to tell me if you can relate to this. So not allowing people to take advantage of you, not allowing people to hurt you. And when they do leave you, or when there is loss, then you chalk it up as, you know, not getting devastated, but maybe the universe, maybe God, maybe source, maybe spirit knows something about this person that I don't know, and maybe I am better off. And being able to stand in your own power. This is a person who has a tremendous amount of power, Jupiter, and there's the power of optimism working for you. And even though you have all of this Virgo, like the critic's eye, there's something so non-cynical about you, because Pluto's not missing, but it's not the major player in your chart. And so you're probably not as cynical as a lot of Virgos are. You have a ton of optimism here. And because Neptune and Jupiter are both in Sagittarius, ruling your whole chart. And then Pluto, I'm not going to say it's unaspected, but it is, it's not at the forefront in your chart. But I do worry about your relationships. And with Uranus there, relationships are unpredictable. They have been unpredictable and maybe not steady. My person pulled away. Yes, codependence is why I isolate. I do inner work to recalibrate. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. What do you have retrograde? Anything? Really nothing. You don't have any retrograde planets. So the fact that you're turning into reflection takes work, and that's what you need to do. Well, my next person is Ro. I have Anna here. I'll do Anna from Brownsville. Oh my God, Anna, are you still here? I just went to Brownsville. I can't believe you're from there. I literally went to a funeral. And this is Anna Villarreal. Okay, you guys, this is going to be my last one because I got to go. I needed to go at 11, but I hate to leave you and I love you. Villarreal, is she still here? I don't know. If she's not here, I won't do it. Is she still around, Anna? Maybe not. Oh, she is. Okay, she's still here. Anna. She's here. I can't believe you're from Brownsville. Do you still live there? I went to South Padre Island for a funeral and we had to fly into Brownsville. And that was such a trip. You know how hard it is to get from Seattle to Brownsville? It's like impossible, especially on American Airlines. American Airlines is crazy making right now. I don't know what the deal is with them. Jan, I hope you don't work for American. I don't know if you do. Can I do a part 2 on Pluto? Oh my God. Yeah, Brownsville, Texas. I got you, girl. I was just there. Oh my gosh, you still live there? Do you go to South Padre Island? I just went to the Painted Marlin. I went to Bar Louie. I just went to Senior Donkey. I mean, it was quite the trip. That I was right there in your backyard. Okay, here you are. And She is a member and I love it. So Pluto and Libra in the 10th house, all these Pluto and Libra, Pluto and Libra was like this much time. It barely was even in Libra. It just flew through Libra. So anytime I meet a Pluto and Libra, I'm like, whoa. Thank you, Ruby's daughter. So the thing that I would say that's kind of hard about this is you have Pluto opposing the moon. And that is no small thing. So again, you guys, it's another moon thing. Isn't it crazy? This is so crazy. This always happens that they come in themes. They come in like, this is a mom theme today. And I would say that's your biggest Pluto aspect. And that's the one that's bossing you around. And so did you lose your mom? Did you have a rough relationship with your mom? Your moon is in harmony with your sun, but there's a Pluto opposition. So I know that there is, oh, you're so cute. So Anna, I want to know about your mom, because when I see Pluto moon oppositions, for some reason, when you have an opposition, it's like that person is opposite of you. So maybe you felt like staying with her kept your power down. Maybe you feel like you couldn't be as powerful as you wanted to. Maybe you couldn't leave. Maybe you had to leave. Maybe she left you. There's some obstacle there. There's some boulder there. There's some opposition going on there where it creates pain and suffering and a little bit of a sadness. And it could have even been, you could have even had abuse in your family, or you could have been hurt by your family. Your family could have had hardship that pained you. And now I know that there's gratitude too, because your moon is in harmony with your sun and your moon is in harmony with your rising sign. But with this opposition, yeah, there's obstacles and barriers and some blocks. And maybe your mom was too dominant with you, or wanted you to, I don't know, be raised Catholic and you didn't want to be, or something like that, or follow the family protocol and you probably didn't want to do that with Sagittarius rising and being a good Sagittarius. Your belief system is going to be very different, probably larger than maybe what your mom wants from you. What does she say? My mom just never understood me and she restricted me too much. And at the same time, I think you probably know that she meant well. And I just want to say, getting your relationship with your mom right in this lifetime is absolutely critical. And so are you in a good place? Okay, it was always in a loving way. She never understood me. It was always in a loving way. It just felt so suffocating. And my father was verbally and physically abusive to me while my mom just stood by and did nothing. Okay, so, and then there's resentments there that your mom didn't like take a stance and stand up, but she's fighting her own battles, right? And so I'm not surprised. Usually when you have Pluto affecting the fourth house, you get unhappiness in the family in some way. You get broken pieces or things are fractured. And so your dad was verbally and physically abusive to you. Yeah. And with an Aries moon, you're here to learn how to stand up to the people that want to dominate you or even hurt you. Not that they wanted to hurt you, I should say the people that wanted to dominate you and the people that actually ended up hurting you. The moon doesn't stand a chance with Pluto, like when it's young, 0 to 14, but you're here. And because it's in harmony with your sun and with your rising sign, there's going to be a strength about you. An emotional strength is going to come from how you were raised. Why? Because you had to. You had to learn how to stand up for yourself. So I want to ask you right now, Anna, if you're able to stand up to your dad now. Can you stand up in a way to your dad? And then I guess you have to forgive your mom for, I guess, having been too vulnerable to do that for you. And I have a feeling she was in the protocol of hierarchy, like dad is the boss. And so she didn't dare take a stance. I wanted to see. MG says, oh my God, this is me too. My mom sat there too while my dad abused me, but at 50, I've made peace with my mom. That's so good, Meg. So do you have Pluto opposing the moon? Oh my gosh. I wanted to see what she said about that. This Pluto moon, as Pluto opposing the moon, can be very, very painful, but I will tell you that it is easier to deal with usually than the square, because while the rejection or the loss or the abuse feels horrible, I don't wish that on anybody. The fact that you have some good aspects to your Pluto, Pluto is in harmony with your rising sign, 27 Sag and 20 Libra. I know that you're going to be able to find your way through this. And what it's going to give you is the ability to sympathize with others who have hurt like you. It's going to give you the ability to probably love your children better than how you were loved. And she says, now my mom and I speak almost every day and we have a loving relationship, but I don't know if I have moved past it yet. I feel understood by them more now that I am 42. It has affected my marriage as well. I believe it. And just remember, your husband is not your mother. Your husband is not your father. He's his own person. And you should look at his Pluto in his chart so you can see where he's coming from. And if you really want to heal your dad, heal your relationship with your dad. And if you really want to heal your relationship with your mom, order their natal charts and go look at their Plutos, because they might have massively horrific Plutos that just have cut them and they just did not know better. So when you guys understand your person's Pluto, it will melt your heart. It will just melt your heart. Abandonment issues, I'm sure. Pluto moon is like being untethered from mom. So here you're supposed to be tethered to mom, right? She's your savior. And then it's also in the 4th house, which is the house of mother, and the 10th house with Pluto is in the house of father. The 5th house is also the house of father. But so I know this is mother-father issues. And this, if you think about it, this moon in Aries opposing Pluto in Libra is squaring her marriage house. 27 right here. Gemini, it's squaring it. And anybody who's a Cancer in your life, Anna, is going to be a trigger to this access. And anybody who is a Capricorn. And this is too wide, but I just want to say that the issues are coming up in your marriage so you can work on them. So you can choose to do it differently. So you can use your voice. You're a 12th house sun, so you don't like conflict. But this is, Anna, you have to step into the conflict with love, with grace, with dignity, with forgiveness, with your belief system. And that's how you create change. You will not create change by ignoring it, sweeping it under the rug, not wanting to look at it, or just wanting to deal with the good bits. No, you have to bring the Pluto stuff up, and a Pluto opposition doesn't want to do this. Bring the stuff up into the light, and you have to talk about it. Like, Dad, do you remember? That really hurt me, and it made me feel like you didn't love me. But now I know that you love me, but sometimes I was confused by it. He'll be like, what? That's how you heal it. So you've got your South Node right here, really close to your voice. You have to use your voice. 12th house suns have a hard time expressing themselves. Husband is a Cancer moon, Gemini sun, and Aries rising. Sister is a Capricorn sun. Okay, so you got these people in your life that are in square aspect to your Pluto moon. And your moon sits on his rising sign. So hallelujah, thank God for that. but you got these hard aspect people in your life. Why? To work on this shit. Yeah, they're going to bring this stuff up to the light. Spirit does not want you to hide it and hide from it and hide from Pluto and not do your Pluto work. So if you're not talking about the hard stuff, if you're not facing it, and you can do it in therapy. I mean, maybe your dad is not healthy enough to talk to, but I hope he is. But you're supposed to work with your Pluto. That's why you attract all these people who trigger your Pluto. That's why I want to see you guys. Anna says, I feel that spot on. They just did not know better. And you could start with that. You could say, Dad, I want to go to lunch with you. And I love that restaurant called Doña Carmine's. Do you know it? It's on South Padre Island. It's the best Mexican food. It's authentic. You know, take him out for lunch and tell him, I care about our relationship and I want to talk to you about, do you remember when? And you could start with love. I don't know if it's safe. I would need to, you know, I don't know. I don't know you well enough to give you total advice, but her dad is a Capricorn. Her mom is a Cancer. Oh my God. It's like these people so triggered your Pluto. Oh, wow. And so you're 42, maybe you do feel safe, but the conversation will be safe if you go in not as an accusatory, but as I really want to understand. And this must have been how you were treated. Were you treated that way? And is that just kind of how it was done for you? Like, lead with empathy, lead with standing in their shoes, lead with sympathy. I want you to heal this. You guys, the opposition is so hard because it's nebulous. It's like way out in front of you and you have to look over a boulder to see it. You can't see it clearly. It's not in perfect sight. So the square is like loud, angry. I don't know. It's in your frickin' face. It's just, you can't miss it. And the opposition is, it's way out in front of you and it's confusing and you don't want to confront it. And the conjunction is so here that the wounds actually create a part of your identity. So it's really hard to step into the forgiveness when it's a conjunction because they've become a piece of you, where the opposition, the cruelty is always something that's out there. It's something that I was a victim to. So is the conjunction and the square, but it's easier to remain the victim in an opposition because it hasn't become a part of your identity, but it's something bad that happens to you over and over in a repetitive way. Do you guys get this? Anna says, wow, that's so revealing. Now, I do want to say none of that I just said even has to be true. This is just the psychological mind trying to make sense of the Pluto wound. And why do I talk about Pluto as a wound? It is the psychological, it is the psychological wound. It is the trauma inside your friggin' head that doesn't even need to be there, but it's there. So did that guy really do that to you? Yes, he really did do that to you. That really did happen. But the psychological programming of what was created from that trauma, you know, my dad hit me. Did he really hit me? Yes, he really fucking hit me. But what stays is obviously not the hit. It's the psychological programming that says, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, my father's a monster, I'm a bad person. And then that part sticks. That part's not true. Pluto's not even true. Yes, the thing happened. Yes, the horrible, heinous thing really did happen. Yes, but the story behind it is make-believe. It's literally make-believe. We believe it and we hold on to it and then we make meaning out of it. Do you guys get it? I hope I'm making sense. I wish I could. Anna says, my parents did not show much affection to us growing up or say, I love you. First time my dad said, I love you to me was when I left home. I was 21. Okay, this is what I want you to do, Anna. I don't know if you love your dad. I think you love your mom. I'm not positive if you love your dad. But you go first. Okay. Don't sit around waiting for them to open up their hearts. You go get a can opener and you open up your heart and you take your dad to lunch and you say, if you love him, this is only if you love him. And you sit down and you say, there's something really important that I want to say to you, Dad. And he's going to go, what is it? And you're going to say, I love you. And he's going to go, what? And you're going to say, that's why I wanted to take you to lunch, because I love you. Guess what's going to happen to him? He is going to feel like utter shit that he didn't do that for you. That's good. And the second thing is his floodgates are going to open. She says, I love both my parents so much. Take him to lunch, and do not take your mother. Your mother gets a different lunch. Take him to lunch and tell him, Dad, there's something really important that I want to tell you. And you're going to sit down and he's going to put his little chip in the salsa and drink his cerveza. You're going to say, I have something really important to tell you. And he's going to be like, oh my God, you're pregnant with triplets? And then he's going to go, okay, yeah, what do you want from me? You need money? You leaving your husband? What's going on for real? No, that's what the lunch was. That was the point of the lunch. That's why I took you to lunch. That's why we're sitting here eating tacos in Brownsville. He's gonna be like, okay, he's gonna go home to his wife, to your mom, and be like, okay, something's really wrong with Anna. She took me to lunch to say I love you. You guys are so cute. Oh my God, my cats are back there. They're gonna knock everything over. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I kind of can understand, being to Brownsville, that was very eye-opening and like, wow. And I think that a lot of families struggle there, but I also know that it's a really solid community that's well-intentioned and very family-oriented and tight families. And it was beautiful to see. I'm taking my stepdad to lunch today. The coincidence, ha ha ha, I'm going to use this. Yeah, Spartacus, that's awesome. And he was always coming to my rescue. Okay, so then that will be easy. So what I would say is there's something that I want to tell you. And then I want you to get him when he's like drinking his beer, because I want him to like spit it out. And I want you to say, the first thing I want to say is, I love you. The second thing I want to say is, thank you for always being there for my rescue. And the hard times we had, they really hurt, but I love you and I forgive you. And I want to know a little bit about your childhood, and open him up. NK Ratchaville 122. When you get your natal chart, you should just order the starter package so you can get your natal chart, and then you can read all the aspects with the report. So the report will help you understand the natal chart. And Melissa Jean asks, Pluto conjunct Jupiter in the 5th house. Well, let me just tell you, Pluto, Jupiter, anything brings massive friggin' power. Power. Because anything that touches Jupiter becomes 13,300 times the size of Earth. So that is massively 5th house issues, which is creative and self-expressed. So this is a person, who has massive power, and it usually means really rich power. Okay, so I'm going to do this last one, Jazz, because she is all over me because she sent a $49 super chat. I'm so sorry. I try my very hardest. I can't do everything. I wish I could. And yours came in a little late. There were people before you, but just because of under pressure coming down on me, I'll do it. So 7-Eleven, you know, guilt from a Cancer really does work. 1985. Brooklyn. Okay, but you don't give me the time. So I have no idea what time you were born, Jazz. $49 super chatter. I don't know what to do. I'm over here. You're so welcome, Anna. Okay, so is Jazz, I'm sorry, I'm just struggling here. Well, what time were you born? That's all I need. 6:57 a.m. Brooklyn, New York. Okay, this is my last one. You guys, I can't do more. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be drinking wine with my client. Okay, so here you are, dun dun dun. Leo rising, sun in the 12th house, and she's got Pluto in the 4th house. You know, the whole day today was about Pluto pretty much in the house of family and parents. Isn't that crazy? And here it is opposing the moon. So everything I just said, were you listening? If not, you need to, when I hang up on this, go watch the reading I just did for Anna Villarreal from Brownsville, because you got the same exact thing. It's literally the same exact thing. 6:57 a.m. for Jazz. Yeah, I got it. 6:57 a.m. So, Morning Star, you guys are so cute. How much does it cost to be a member? Well, YouTube takes a big cut of it, so I don't get very much, but there's 2 different levels. You can be a superstar super supporter for $19 and you get more benefits and more perks, or I think it's 15, maybe 15 or 19 a month. And the other one is $6 and you get tons of stuff. Go read all about it. All you have to do is click the join tab on the front page of my channel and you'll see everything that you get. You get tons of stuff and it's such a beautiful community. But okay, so is Jazz still here? Jazz? I'm looking at your messages over here. So, oh, thank you, Anna. She says, you're so generous with your time, Meredith. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You're so welcome. I'm sending you a big, fat, giant hug. Oh, good. Megan, welcome, super supporter. I love it. You guys join the channel. It is just, it's wonderful. It allows me to sit here and do more content. And it is so helpful. And more than that, you're going to get your horoscope for 365 days. So you get all the transits, everything that's happening to you for the next 365 days. And then if you stay with me for the full year, we'll send you another one for the following year. And you get discounts. You get to come to my classes and you get discounts on everything, free parties, all my memberships. I mean, all my videos, you get behind the scenes videos. And I do behind the scenes videos where I choose 3 people and I do a deeper dive on their chart. So with this, I want you to go back and listen to every single thing I just said to Anna, because the same thing is true with you. So we have mommy daddy issues because we have Pluto and Saturn in the 4th house, and then it's all opposing the moon. And the moon in Taurus is like, it's almost exactly in opposition to Pluto. So there's mother is prominent, but this is a really rough relationship, I think, with mom, because mom is squaring the rising sign exact. So somehow you were not in a line, and here you are, a beautiful Cancer, right? And Cancer is usually over-attached to mother. So there could be an over-attachment to a mom that was unhealthy, or to a mom that hurt you or left you or didn't see life eye to eye. Again, it is an opposition. So there's an enigma, there's ambivalence there. It's kind of like when I was just talking to Anna. Hold on. There's a little bit of an ambivalence. She loves her family to death, but they also really hurt her. And I mean, physically and emotionally and verbally. And so there's both things going on. And that's what can happen with the oppositions. The oppositions are very, very confusing and painful. Now, your North Node on your moon tells me you have got to get your mama right in this lifetime. You absolutely have to. You have to get it in a right place in the psychology. Yeah, maybe the story sucks. Maybe the things really happened, but change your perspective, change your belief system, change your ideology, change, get passionate around healing the psychological wounding that happened. That part's not really true. So, when the guy smacks you across the face and it makes you feel like, wow, you don't love me. No, he actually still loves you. He just smacked you across the face. So I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying whatever the psychological messaging you got was, there's something around holding on to that trauma that wants to be healed, that can be healed, that got lost in translation, that wants your time and your energy. I'm a parent to my parents. Well, I'm not that surprised. Your Mars conjunct the sun, so you're highly capable. You're Leo rising. And that Saturn is rock solid. So in your past life, you were Saturnian, you were the father figure, and you have a lot of power. Look at all this Scorpio at the bottom of your chart. This is a very powerful person. And it looks like the authority figures in your life, your mom and dad, tried to squash you, smush you, tell you not to shine your light so bright, sit down, shut up. I don't know what it was, but tried to snuff you out in some way or make you diminished or smaller, probably because they were. This is an aspect of misery loves company. So I'm miserable inside of myself, so I need to make you miserable too, because that's the only way I know it. Now you have most of your chart in fixed signs, so it's very hard for you, and it's very hard for a Taurus moon. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to change a Taurus moon, transform a Taurus moon, or give a Taurus moon like a great idea that they should go do. No, no, my mom and dad were both Taurus moons, and they're pretty, they're set in who they are. And so getting a Taurus moon to budge or shift or change or alter or transform or metamorphose is really tough work. Have you ever tried to push a cow? Yeah, try to push a cow off the grass and get them into the barn. Nope, they're not going. They are not going. But I love, my favorite combination is Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus. And Taurus moons are my second favorite moon sign. Having said all that, Leo is my first favorite, Taurus is my second favorite, because they can make people so comfortable. And that's probably what you've been doing inside your relationship with your parents, making them comfortable, sacrificing self. People who have 12th house suns, who here has a 12th house sun? I know, alien, poor Teddy. Teddy has a Taurus moon too, and Teddy needs to go out and go potty. And Teddy's over there looking at me saying, where's my breakfast? Anyways, I want to know who here has a Taurus moon. Spartacus. Does your progress chart trump your natal chart? Never, but it shows you where you're at in your life right now. I've got a 12th house moon, a space monkey, me, Anna. Yeah, 12th house suns, what they can do. I'm glad you have Mars there, because I know, Jazz, you can handle this and you can take this on. And if I was you, I honestly would take advantage of Connie Joe's flash sale if you can afford it. And I would get a reading from Connie Joe immediately. She has a little quicker availability than I do, but she's really phenomenal. She's phenomenal, you guys. So everybody get a reading with Connie Joe if you haven't had one yet. She's amazing, amazing. And she's so gifted. But what I was going to say is, you're born in 1985, so you're still young. You really have to step into your moon north node. So whatever happened to you in your childhood years, in your formative years, 0 to 14. And I know it wasn't great. I absolutely know that it was not great. However, I also know that it doesn't have to have the erosion, have the perpetual hurt, aches, pains, and challenges. It doesn't have to. I know you can step out of them, but you have to lead still with your heart. You have to be willing not to hide, shut down, close off, alienate, escape into drugs or whatever. And you have to be willing to stay in the love. And you're going to hear, this is really kind of cool. You're going to Aquarians or quirky people or unique people or unique situations are going to find you right here. Jupiter in Aquarius in the 7th house in retrograde. So you're going to have an empathy for people who are different, people who are unusual, people who are wounded, people who are emotionally shut down, detached, cool, aloof. And you need a partner that won't suffocate you, even though you are a Cancer. And you probably will be able to heal your wounds, if you will, your parent wounds, through loving a person who will let you be you, who will accept you for you. And there are people out there, there are friendships out there. My son is autistic and he's a Gemini sun with Leo rising. Well, he's a big personality. So you got somebody in your life that forces you to probably be perpetually out of your own stuff, right? Because you got to navigate him. And having somebody who is on the spectrum live with you, I mean, that's a constant job. And that is constantly outside of yourself and into what they need. So you've been a parent to your parents, and now you're probably a super mom parent to your child or children. And you probably feel like a ton of responsibility. You probably are really overwhelmed with not getting to tend to your own heart. But I really, really want you to. I kind of want to invite you to indulge in your own self if you can. I don't know how you do that, like who can come help you with your child so you can get away. But taking care of your moon is critical to you. You have to do it right here. Creature comforts for yourself. You're also a really good person to other people. You make a great friend. You have a lot of loyalty. But I have a feeling that your dad or your mom, they just simply overlooked your needs, right? And now you probably feel like your needs never get met. You have to put you first. One thing that I will say is that it's really hard for somebody. We teach people how to love us. We teach people if we're lovable. Like I teach my husband, I'm super lovable. I'm really lovable. And so I want you to teach people that you're lovable, that you're worth it. There's something about you that will hide yourself inside connections. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to reveal. So what I was kind of telling Anna is what I'm going to kind of tell you. Who do you want to take to lunch and say, who have you had a misunderstanding with? And take to lunch and say, you know what? I just wanted to bring you here and tell you, I love you. I love you. And start healing those wounds. You've got to step into the North Node in Taurus, conjunct the moon. And if you're new to this, or you don't really know what North Node and Taurus in the 10th house is, go watch all my live streams on the nodes. So you just click on videos, go to past live streams and go look for all my nodes and look at that North Node and Taurus. The reason why I'm bringing that up so much is that's your moon, and your moon has been wounded by Pluto and Saturn because it's in opposition. And your North Node, who you're supposed to become, is that moon, right? And you're a Cancer. So that moon is so critical that you get it right. And it is also your North Node, which is your North Star, which is your beacon, which is where you're headed, is the part of you that you need to learn. And it happens to be the part of you that was wounded. So we have to heal it. We have to transform it. Alien, check out my asteroids. Let me get right on that for you. Let me do that for you. Oh my gosh, I just adore you guys. Okay. N. Crutcheville 122. She's asking me about out of bounds planets. Well, if you become a member, I have a whole members only video on out of bounds planets. I also think I have an out of bounds planets video for non-members. So just go to Soul Navigation, out of bounds planets, and I tell you all about it. I could talk to you about that probably for a week. Yes, you have to check out your asteroids. And if you guys want to do that, you can buy my asteroids report. I have a really good asteroids report. Asteroids mean a lot in your chart. Asteroids are no small thing. Let me see if I've got my asteroids book right here. No, I don't. But and then Connie Jo did a whole series on asteroids. Cassie, I'm so sorry I didn't get to your super chat. I love you. Oh, Spartacus, where do you live? I forget where you live. Is it Portugal? I wish I was having a wine tasting with you, Meredith. I know, wouldn't it be fun? It would be so fun. I have some really dear friends that are into astrology too, that live in Seattle. Seattle's a really big astrology community. We have NORWAC here. That's the Northwestern Astrological Conference. And the lady who runs that is my astrology teacher from the 80s or late 90s, I should say. Oh, you live in Dallas? How fun. I like Dallas. I was just at the Dallas airport going to Brownsville. Yes, I do lives all the time. Come back, but just if you don't mind, just ring the little bell, like subscribe and ring the little bell. And every single time I post something, I always announce my lives and I announce my videos. So you'll get a little notification and it will tell you Meredith is going live. So ring the bell and subscribe and share me. Will you guys all share me with one person? I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Political tea. I'm in New York City. I wish you were here. New York City is my favorite city in the entire world. And I have traveled around the world by myself twice. I've been almost everywhere except South America and Australia. And I still need to go to Africa too, but I've been through Europe. And anyways, what I'm trying to say is I love New York City. It is my favorite place still. And then I also love London. Yeah, smash that like button. Please. Karen Wise, Astrology for the Soul is a great book. That is my Bible. That is by the beautiful, the amazing Jan Spiller. She passed away. I've met Jan. She is a remarkable human being. Spartacus, I shared you. Can you do a series on earth angels? A reader told me I was one. Ooh, you should also think about maybe Stacy can do that. Stacy is really good at that work. MG, best astrologer on the planet. I love you. Are you MG? Are you Meg from Australia, MG? I don't know. You guys are so sweet. In Seattle, I could see myself living there, but my husband, not so much. Does it really rain there a lot? Not really. I mean, honestly, I heard Texas gets more rain than Seattle. What it is there's a drizzle, it's like a drizzle, but it's not paralyzing. It's just everything is lush and verdant and green. It's the Emerald City for a reason. It's the most beautiful air. And it's like oxygenated here. It's just so much fresh oxygen and it's just beautiful. And it always smells clean. It's just so lovely. I don't live in downtown Seattle. I used to, but I live just outside of Seattle. So yes, it does rain, but what it is it's cloudy. You have to deal with clouds and that's what gets people down. MG says, no, I'm in Florida. Thank you guys. I'm going to leave you. I just really, really appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you guys so much. And I'll be back soon. I'm going to do my Broken Hearts series next. And that is why each sign gets their heart broken and how they will break your heart. And so it's going to be interesting. I don't quite know how I'm going to do it yet, but that's going to be next Sunday. Oh, Frida, you're amazing too. No, I don't do Clubhouse. I can barely keep up with TikTok. Yeah, I understand that you need sunshine, but you know what? There's 4 months of like unadulterated sunshine here that is so gorgeous. This is the prettiest place, I think, on the planet in the summer. I'm not trying to get you guys all to move here, but I love it. And I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, hardcore Maricopa County, 19th Avenue and Thunderbird. Yeah. So I come from sunshine. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And I'm going to be putting together a retreat and I hope you guys can all come. I love you all. Take good care.